Well, good morning. It's Graham Norris with EXP Realty, and it's Coffee with Graham time. Oh, that's good. Well, hope you're doing all right. The last couple of times we talked a little bit about credit. So I thought I'd move on to the next step in the home buying process, and that's knowing how much money you've got in your pocket so you can go shopping and find a house of your dreams. And it's really not a guessing game. You really have to find out what spending power you've got. And of course, we've already talked about the credit, so let's presume you found out your credit score. And now what you've got to do is shop for a loan officer. And there's various lending institutions you can approach. You can approach one of the big banks, of course, which is an obvious choice, or credit unions, or places like who specialize in mortgage loans. I've used a lot in the past Mortgage Investors Group, for instance. Originate the loans, and then they sell the mortgages off, use them up and sell them off, and get the money back that way. They don't hold the loans in-house, as it were. They sell them off. And a lot of lending institutions do that, sell the mortgages. So once you've picked out a lending institution, all you want to do is make the application. If they go through the application, they should be able to, at some point, be able to give you how much it's all going to cost, the loan. They do vary, and of course you'll want to know the percentage that they'll be charging. Right now it's really historically at an all-time low. So if you've got a good credit score, you should attract a really good interest rate. I would do your best to get it under 3% if you can. Right now, a lot of lending institutions are extremely busy with refinancing, with interest being so low. Typically, a lending institution will give priority of purchase of a house over a refinance. So they should, I would remind them of that. And maybe your application can be done pretty quickly, and you can get a pre-approval letter. Now, the pre-approval letter is really a piece of paper to enable you to go shopping with a real estate agent. It just gives enough confidence that you have that spending power. It doesn't mean you'll get that amount. As we go through the process, something might happen. And once you start the shopping process for a home, it's extremely advisable not to spend any money on your credit cards. Obviously, you can buy a few groceries and things like that, but no big spending, because that could affect your credit score. And during the 30-day process, you want to credit score steady by not making any unexpected moves financially while you're shopping for a house. Now, what you can do is, once you start looking for a house, is find something obviously that you really like, and then if the price is not quite right, you can always make an offer and negotiate. Typically, prices right now are getting very close to the list price, and that's because it is a seller's market right now, which means that sellers are getting generally what they're asking for. And in some situations, there are multiple offers. And in those cases, you want to be very careful, of course, that you're not going to overpay, get emotionally tied up with a bidding war. You want to make sure that you pay the right price for the property. So be very careful about that. Of course, if you have found something that you really is your dream home, then of course it is worth going after it. It does have to appraise for the amount, of course, because you're going for a loan, and the underwriters have to make sure the property is worth the money to lend the money on it. So that's another factor that you have to be wary of. And your real estate agent will be able to advise you on that. He'll do a price analysis and advise you, of a range of prices which you can expect that property, to fall in. Anyway, if you have any questions or want any recommendations, I can definitely give those to you. Just call me, reach out to me, text me, DM me on 865-405-7947, or put a comment in below and ask your questions. I'll be delighted to answer them for you. Have a great day.